Hi there, Tracy here with a video about my new marker storage. So I used to keep my markers in this case here, which really served me well. It was this case that was designed for carrying tools, and it actually did have some space for markers, although I didn't use those. I rigged up this little insert that's made out of some leftover pieces from some Jetmax cubes and stuff that I have. And it's just hot glued together, and as you can see, it's kind of falling apart and not that great. It held up for about a year of use, and I mean, it still hold up. I could still keep on using it, but I just ordered a whole bunch more markers, and they didn't fit anymore. Now, I had filmed a before and after where I had shown my markers in this, and then I showed these two cases when they were empty and showed you how they came, but I don't know where that video footage went. I don't know what happened, but it disappeared. So anyhow, I can't, I don't want to take these markers all out and show you how these cases came, but basically I bought two of them, and the way they came, each individual one came with two dividers like this, and then this section was one of these marker insert things. So this lifts right out. I'm not going to lift it all the way out right now, or my markers will all go everywhere, but this just slides in and out of these little channels here. And there was one in this one and one in this one, and then the other section had these two dividers in it like that. So I bought two of them, and you can actually see a picture of it on this sticker here. So it has this is the marker storage section, and then the two dividers right there. So that's what it looked like. And I reconfigured these too. I believe, according to the sticker, you can buy the additional trays are available to buy separately. So you could buy just one of these, but my art store didn't have just one of these, so I just bought two of the cases because I thought this is a pretty nice case, and if I fill it with these dividers, I could keep cards or something else in this case. So I'm happy to have two cases. It was $30 at my craft store. I do live in Canada, so things are typically a little bit more expensive for me. So if you live in the States, you can probably get it for cheaper. But what I really liked about it is that it has a lid as opposed to my other solution that I was using. And it's a nice solid lid, it's not going to come off. And it has a handle so you can carry it. And I rarely do Copic marker coloring right here in my craft room. I usually bring my markers upstairs and do coloring while I watch TV or something. So having it be portable is really important for me. And the other way, it was just too easy for that caddy to maybe get knocked over by my cats, or just kind of as you're moving it from one place to another, it can kind of knock over. And I've always worried that those markers are going to go flying everywhere and I'm going to have to resort them and all that sort of thing. So I'm very happy to have them in this case. It's working out really well for me, and I just have them arranged by color family. Let me see, I don't want to knock over my pop here. So I just have them arranged by the colors, and I do have an order on the way of more Copic markers that I think will fill in quite a few of the gaps that I have here, which is why I spread them out the way I did. But basically, I kind of followed this color chart here, and you can get this at copicmarker.com. And this is an old one, so maybe I know that they've released some colors. I think they've released some colors since 2011. So if they have, then I'm sure that they have an updated color chart, and you just have to color in the colors. I think you can get one that's already colored, but that relies on your printer printing exactly perfect samples, and so I just decided to apply the marker to the empty chart because that just appeals to me more, and it also helps me to know which markers I have and don't have. There's no point of me having samples for colors I don't have. So that's what I did. I did stick my touch markers in here as well. I have these from when I first started. These were much less expensive than the Copic markers, and so I bought some of these when I kind of didn't have some of the right colors. I only had a small assortment of Copics, and I was like, oh, I need a green and I need a red, and so I just went and picked up a couple of markers. They didn't work well with, I don't know if I chose the wrong shades or whatever, but I didn't find that these worked well with these. So, and these just, I prefer the experience of using the Copics quite a bit more than these ones because the brush tip is just softer and it works a little bit better. So I kind of abandoned that plan and just went with all Copic markers. And I started off with Chow's because they're less expensive, but I ended up switching to the sketch because I like that they have the numbers on the top, and I just like it to be consistent. So I think I'm going to replace all of my Chow's. One thing that I'll mention to you that if you're thinking about buying this is that it says on it that the tray holds up to 64 markers. So you would think that if I put 2 of these in here, that then it should hold up to 128 markers. Well, the thing is that there in each of the trays there are 4 of the marker slots that are smaller than the others, and that is to allow for the housing of this thing that slides in and out. So this is what makes it portable and movable, and reconfigurable, but it also cuts down on your storage space because this channel takes up space. You can fit a Chow in there, but you can't always fit a sketch into all of those slots. So for example, this sketch won't fit into these ones, but one of the sketches, see, sometimes they'll fit and sometimes they won't. It will kind of fit, and I'm a little bit worried that if I did that, it would scratch my beautiful marker. I think they're just so pretty that I don't really want to scratch them. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you have all sketch markers, then the capacity of this is a little bit less. And depending on, I don't know what the factors are, but I can fit sketch markers, as I said, into some of the smaller slots, but not into all of them, and it doesn't fit comfortably. So I would say that a more realistic estimation would be probably 60 instead of 64, and maybe you might be able to fit a sketch into a couple more than that, but I wouldn't count on being able to fit 64. So that is the Art Bin Marker Storage Satchel. Thanks so much for watching, and have a really great scrappy week.